Do you guys have more faith after this game in Aaron Rodgers or Sam Darnold moving forward?
That's a terrible question. That's like going, who do you have more faith between, a car with no wheels or a car with no engine? Like, I don't know, man. They're both bad.
Welcome to another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and Johnny, tell them what they can do if they got some shit to say.
Roll out your prayer mat, face west, and start to pray to whatever God you worship. Or face east, depending on where you're at geographically. Or you could just leave a comment. That too. And
for your first couch coach, we have the one and only Mr. 500, Mr. Bountiful Harvest. Rumor has it he has been calling Caleb Johnson's phone since yesterday to try to teach him kick return rules. He's a man of many names, but you can call him Johnny.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm hoping that I can maybe salvage just one fantasy win this week. Hoping I can just pull one out because, man, everyone's let me down. Steelers let me down. My dynasty team's looking bleak. I'm hoping in our league we can win because also my favorite Sumo, which kicked off yesterday, they set him up. They put him against the number one guy first week, just their first day of Sumo, just to really kick his teeth in. Crazy. So I need a win. Need a win tonight, boys.
Hold on, you talking about Sumo you actually watching at 12:30?
Hell yeah.
Dang, where are they at in the world?
Japan.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And for your second couch coach, we have Mr. Run It Back, Mr. Bucky Charms, Mr. All My Teams Do Is Win. You guys can call him Caleb. Here on Couch Coach, we call him Mr. Baseball. Fly, Eagles, fly.
How we doing? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big one for the Birds. Doing what they're supposed to. Stacking dubs.
Shit, it's getting old to you now. You're just like, yeah, same old.
Beat the Chiefs, just expect it, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing, not a big deal.
They do that shit. And for your last couch coach, we have yours truly, founder of Omnipresence Productions, co-founder of the Couch Coach Pod. Some call me Akira, some call me Commissioner, but you can call me Kuji. Now I speak for 2 out of 3 coaches this week when I say week 2 was some bull jive. With that being said, let's get right into it with week 2's Sunday headlines. So headline number 1, guys, Cafe Unlimited voted most likely to serve a good meal, but get a 2-star review due to poor dessert. Russell Wilson throws for a career-high 450 yards, but also throws a costly interception in a penalty-ridden game in a high-scoring fourth quarter that results in a game-winning field goal in overtime by Brandon Aubrey. Now, guys, first question I have for you. Are the Giants and Cowboys, are they better teams than we give them credit for?
No. I think they're both below average teams, but when 2 below average teams match up with each other, sometimes fireworks fly.
Okay.
See the Steelers and Jets week 1.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think there's a pretty sizable gap between them and the top of the NFC East, but I think maybe the Giants' offense is better than people give them credit for, but still pretty bad team. Especially with the penalties. That's going to make it hard to do anything, win any games. I mean, but Dallas, it's not shocking. I think they have a decent offense. The defense is just – they only have 24 points to the Eagles in week 1, but they were having trouble stopping them throughout that game, and then obviously had trouble stopping the Giants. So two interesting teams. I think they can be frisky week to week, but definitely not threats, I think, to make the playoffs this year.
I don't think the Giants are a threat. But the Cowboys, I don't know. They competed with the Eagles most of the game. We'll see. So, guys, how many games do you guys think that Russell Wilson can hold off Jackson Dart? Do you think it's sooner than later that we see Jackson Dart take the starting job, or do you think Russell has played well enough to keep that job long term?
I think it's going to be pre-trade deadline that we get Dart in there because Dable wants him in there. I think pretty clearly wants to start Dart. So he's looking for any reason.
I think we kind of talked about this the last time, but they have a pretty tough schedule here over the next couple of weeks. They got Chiefs next week, Chargers week after that, and they have Saints, but then they have Eagles, Broncos, Eagles. So, and then Niners. So I don't know. I don't know if they want to throw them in the fire like that, but I guess at some point they do because they really don't get any sort of break in their schedule. They get Bears after the Niners, and then they get Packers, Lions, Pats, Commanders, Vikings, Raiders, Cowboys. So it's a tough schedule. I think you're going to throw Dart in the fire no matter what. But, all that said, I don't really know what they're expecting from Russell either. I mean, I don't think you're expecting him to win any of these games, but if he's playing well, I feel like you kind of got to run with it unless you're getting rid of him. Sounds like they're getting rid of Jameis. Heard talks for the Bengals looking to acquire Winston, but
really,
yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I saw some
reported today.
That would be dope. That'd be dope. They might have to be the AFC North favorites if they get Jameis.
He's going to throw for 5,000 yards if they get Jameis. So.
5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns,
At
35 interceptions.
Definitely fantasy football favorites, I'll tell you what.
Ooh, Jamar Chase?
I like that for T. Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think Russell's playing well enough to keep the job. I think Russell should keep the job the entire season, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's not the reason they're 0-2. I mean, he had that costly interception, yes. But he played well enough to win that game, but I can see that Dable definitely wants to put Jackson Dart in. Did you see they were platooning the quarterbacks at one point? They were switching them both in and out on drives. Which
I noticed that.
Is terrible for offensive momentum. Because even if you saw, there was 2 plays on there, both of which I don't think Jackson Dart got any yards, one of which he slipped in the backfield. And then you just see Russell just come back in on 3rd down and 3 after 2nd down. Dude just slips in the backfield. It's like, what the hell? I'm just standing over here. Russell didn't look too happy, though. I don't know. He's a good dude. He's a good leader, but he kind of looked a little upset on the sideline when they pulled him out.
Well, for that one, it was like an option play that I think they were just like, we don't want to have Russell Wilson, 30-something-year-old Russell Wilson, running a run-pass option play, a quarterback draw. Like, I think that's probably not ideal for him. So, I think, you start Jackson Dart eventually because why would you start Russell Wilson long-term? Like, there's no reason to. You gain nothing from it. Dable's coaching for his job. Like, you just have to. Maybe the last thing that Dable can prove is, look at this, I unlocked this guy. So, got to do it.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest point. If you start Wilson, there's really no direction. Unless, because they're not making the playoffs. So, it's a weird spot for them, but this is what they open themselves up to when you sign Russell and you sign Jameis and then you draft a quarterback. You're going to create some uncertainty. So,
yeah, no, I think that's fair. Because, again, if Dable doesn't have a job next year, then it's like I drafted this quarterback for no reason, and I don't get to develop him. So we'll see. But to your point, Caleb, you mentioned not going to make the playoffs. With these teams, guys, if both of these teams fail to make the playoffs, what should they consider a successful season for them in 2025?
Dallas, it's a 9-8 season. That's successful. I mean, I know they have higher things, or higher hopes. But if you go 9-8, you're a winning season, Dallas, this year, especially with how booty you were last year, and you got rid of your best player. You can walk away satisfied with something to build on. Giants, it doesn't matter how much they win. It's just based on how good does Jackson Dart look. It's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Everything else is secondary.
Yeah, I agree with John there. I mean, Dart, I think, is the measure for you. For if you're the Giants, you want to see something positive for Dart. I mean, you just want to see positive for any sort of building blocks. Like, obviously, Russell Wilson playing well is a building block for you. Obviously, someone like Dart having a good, back half of the season, someone like Scatabo playing well down the stretch. Like, those are the things you want to see, I think, for the Giants. For the Cowboys, yeah, I think, you're hoping you get a winning record. You win some division games down the stretch, and you're playing meaningful games, at the end of December.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to that point, Pickens has been looking a little bit shaky, Johnny, so far to start the season. He had a couple nice catches at the end of that game. But do you think the addition of Jadeveon Clowney, guys, because they just brought in Jadeveon Clowney, do you think that can help with that trade they sent with Micah, where they can get some pass rush from Jadeveon? Does that change things as far as their playoff hunt?
No.
Not at all.
Meaningfully. It maybe makes their defense a little better. Meaningfully, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I don't think it's going, I don't think it makes them from like 8-9 to a 9-8 team. I don't even think it moves the needle that much.
Yeah, who falls out of the NFC? Like, we kind of have the 7 teams already. It's like, who falls out of that playoff picture? I don't know. It would take a quarterback getting injured.
I had the Bears in mind, so.
Well, yeah, the Bears definitely falling out of your playoff picture.
Bears have
like out of the 7 I picked, I think that like pretty much all of them are heavily in the running, and I didn't even put the Rams in mine. And the Rams are looking good. So it's like, who are the Cowboys going to overtake? I think it's literally nobody.
Injury? Commanders with Jaden Daniels.
It's a questionable knee injury. I think, like, worst case, he's maybe out 1 game. I don't think. We'll find out. If he's actually injured, then the Commanders obviously fall out. But I don't. Until that happens, I'm not going to count him out.
They got Marcus Mariota, don't they? Is their backup?
Yeah.
He's not bad. Serviceable.
Jaden played half the season last year with broken ribs, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But guys, listen, Indiana Jones spotted in downtown Indianapolis riding Broncos with Carly Ursay. Listen, guys, the Indianapolis Colts break the Broncos' hearts on a game-winning field goal after a questionable call from the officials as Daniel Jones continues his career resurgence. I was hurt about this one, guys, but first question, are the Colts for real, or are the Broncos not as good as we thought?
I told you guys last week, I just want to make sure it's stamped, okay? The next Al Davis, the next Jerry Jones, the Maverick Firebrand owner who steps in and grabs the franchise by the horns and leads them to the promised land for a decade. We're talking Carly Ursay. It's just how it works. You notice greatness, you recognize it. I'll tell you what, man. During that game, watched it with a friend of mine who's a Colts fan, and he was so confused when they were down. They were the Broncos had 21. They score a touchdown, get to 19, and the Colts decide to kick the extra point instead of go for 2. And he was like, why would they do that? That makes no sense analytically. That's so stupid. And then, coming down in that final moment of the game, if they had gone for 2 and missed it, they would have been down 3 points, and they would have only tied it with that field goal. So, all I'm saying is I think Carly Ursay, Dr. Stranged, the whole thing. She saw 16 million outcomes, and there was only one where they came away with the victory. And it was the one where they didn't go for 2, down 19-21. So all I'm saying, man,
Carly made that decision. It's all
Carly. It's all Carly.
As soon as they
and if you don't think she did, if you don't think that was her call, it kind of speaks ill upon your opinion of women in power. I got to be honest, a little misogynist.
Nah, as soon as they flashed to her, I knew it was over, bro. I knew it served her on the camera. I said, "Oh man, she called it in. She called it in.
She called it in.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, maybe, or somewhere in the middle. I wouldn't say like the Colts are for real. I mean, let's be patient. I mean, week 2 now we have a bit of a sample size, but I think the Colts are going to be a competitive team throughout the year, but I'm not sure if they're a real contender in the AFC and a stacked AFC at the top. And then Denver, I think they still have all the pieces. It was a tough game, but I just don't think the Colts are a bad team. I think going to Indy is going to be tough for any team this year. It's not going to be an easy win, even if you are a team of the caliber of talent that the Broncos have. So I think it's somewhere in the middle for both, where I don't think the Broncos are, I wouldn't be rattled if I was a Broncos fan, or if I was the Broncos, and I wouldn't be too excited if I was a Colts fan. But I would definitely be happy with this start and feel better than I probably was going into the season if I was an Indy fan.
Yeah, I think the only thing to temper expectations, Carly Ursay aside, is when we were sitting here last year, week 2, at the end of week 2, we were talking about how transcendent the Saints offense was. Dominating offense. And then they just torpedoed themselves to finish out the year. So
and they did have some injuries. I think people forget about that, but
I
think
all that
that's
to
the
say.
reason I think that's a great point, just to say, okay, 2 weeks, it's 2 weeks. I mean, if you pluck any 2-week, portion out of the season, I'm sure you could find any storyline you want. So just, be patient, I think, for whatever team you're rooting for. Unless you're rooting for the Jets and the Bears, your season's over. So
yeah. Couple of teams, season's over.
Couple teams.
Yeah.
Saints. Cardinals are giving us that.
I think you're feeling good. I think you're feeling good if you're a Saints fan.
No, you're feeling good.
Well, both.
They're feisty. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
No, they fight,
if you
Johnny.
told me Spencer Rattler was my starting quarterback, I wouldn't have even turned the TV on. You can watch those games.
If you told me that my team was going to lose both of my first games by less than a score, with Spencer Rattler as my quarterback, I'd say I'd take it. First-year head coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know if you have this game on the slate for this, do you? Do you have the Saints-Niners game on the thing? Okay, the only thing I'll say about it is I think people really underestimate. I think I said this earlier, and I'm going to reiterate. People really underestimate how good a game between two terrible quarterbacks can be. They really underestimate. They turn out to be really fun games almost exclusively. People were tweeting about it going, this might be an all-time bad game. I go, have you ever watched the NFL? This is what happens. Bad quarterbacks just play exciting games against each other. So I expected it to be exciting, but nothing made me feel good about either quarterback or either
but I think
team.
Mac Jones, you didn't like what you saw from Mac Jones?
Mac Jones, nothing that made me think any differently about Mac Jones than I did already.
I think if you're a Saints fan and you can I'm actually not going to kill myself watching the game this weekend. I think that's really all you could have asked for going into the season. That you turn on a game in week 5 and you're like, actually, I'm not dreading watching this game. So yeah, I think that's what it's the small wins for the New Orleans fans this year, John.
Now, if they get a couple wins, it's a good season for them, for
Absolutely.
sure. But I certainly can't say it's a mix of both right now. I still have faith in the Broncos. I still think. So I thought about this last week after we beat the Titans, and I said, in the first 4 weeks, I want to see 4 different kinds of wins if I could potentially. I want to see a win where we win with the defense. Offense possibly struggles. I want to see a win where we win with the offense. Defense possibly struggles. I want to see one win where there's some impact from special teams, and then you can throw in on the 4th one or we go 3-1, whatever it is. But I want to see a mixture because I don't want to just see my team be so dominant on one side of the ball and not have other ways to win when they have to find them. And we almost got that. Bo Nix looked really good. Troy Franklin looked really good. Offense was moving the ball all day up until they They threw an interception towards that fourth quarter. It just got out of hand from there. And I think the Broncos are as good as we thought, but I think the Colts are for real, guys. Let me be real with you. I'm thinking right now I might have to switch my early season prediction. I think the Colts might take that division.
Wow. I mean, what a brave stance to take. He went through the division and he said, who's leading the division currently? I think they might take it all.
No, I'm
very brave.
I'm forecasting outward because obviously there's teams. The Jaguars have a win. So it's like I'm forecasting outward, and everyone's going to expect that team to not carry on. Like, even with 2 wins, I guarantee you, if you look up their over-under on the win total this season, it's not higher than 8, 9. It's definitely not a 10. So I think they could be one of those teams in the AFC South. That's not a strong division right now unless Jacksonville really turns it around. So
it wasn't a strong decision going into the season. I think most people would have told you 10 wins is the bar to win, the AFC South. So I would still say that's probably where it is. But now, look, definitely, obviously, now the Colts just need to go, 8 in whatever rest of the way to get there. So,
yeah. But, guys, is Daniel Jones, and I already know the answer to this one after your last comment, but do you guys think that he's a top 15 quarterback right now?
No, it's crazy.
No?
That's crazy.
Not at all.
No. This season, yeah.
This season, yes.
If it's this season,
right now, this season.
No, like if we're literally removing all context of every other season, then yes. If we're not, then no.
All right, don't worry, we'll clip that. Get what we need to get you saying Daniel Jones. No,
Daniel Jones.
You want to remember the past, but you don't want to hold the past more than today. I mean, you think about it, he's already played, what did he play, like 100 games maybe? 80 games before? Not even?
Something like that.
He's already a couple percent the way there. Goes this season, he's 10, 15% of the way through his career in the games he's played. So he's still young in the amount of games he's played in his career. I don't think, he's older, but he's missed a lot of time due to injury, and he's been on the bench for a little bit. So... It's tough. I'm fighting for Daniel Jones hard right now, and I've hated Daniel Jones for a long time. We called him Daniel Jones last year, but no, I don't think he's top 15 right now. It's too soon. But I think though, if he plays this way the rest of the year, I think coming in the next season, we got to give him some credit for top 15. We got to look at him. I mean, he's playing better than Dak right now.
If he plays this way the rest of the year, then yes, you could call him that. But only if he does. Like, he has to just maintain it. Until then, not worth discussing.
He's been fine.
Dak hasn't been that bad.
But that's all Dak's bet his entire career.
Right now, Daniel Jones is one of the top 3 in the league in passing. So, obviously, he's been better than just about everybody. Right now, Dak's leading the league in completion. So, let's...
Listen. I'm just saying.
Good, though.
The eye
pretty
test.
Good.
The eye test.
Test.
I'm telling you from what I saw, Daniel Jones that's a top defense. Like, that's the number one defense.
He looks good. He looks good.
But either way.
I also think part of it too is people just were like, yeah, he's horrendous. He's been on the Giants, who are a bad, like, he was behind a horrendous O-line for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But he's not. There's always the truth's always somewhere in the middle, right? And that's where we're starting to see, I think, with Daniel Jones right now.
Yeah. Regress to the mean, Jonny. I like that quote around here.
Now improved to the mean for him, I guess.
Move over to the head coach, guys. Are you in or out on Shane Steichen as a coach, as the head coach, the coach that can lead the Colts to a championship?
Spending a lot of time on this game on the Colts. Oh man, yeah, it's fine. Like, yes, I think Shea Steichen had a good reputation for a reason, and maybe it was just Anthony Richardson. So let the season play out, see how it turns out. But if he keeps this up, he's minted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about championship just yet. Not when Daniel Jones is your quarterback, but I think you roll with Steichen as long as you're winning the games.
Yep. All right, moving on, guys. Kenneth Walker ices the game after Steelers special teams gets caught looking. The Seattle Seahawks pull away from the Pittsburgh Steelers in the fourth quarter after scoring a fourth quarter special teams touchdown, following a fumble by Caleb Johnson on a kick return. Now, do you guys have more faith after this game in Aaron Rodgers or Sam Darnold moving forward?
That's a terrible question. That's like going, who do you have more faith between, a car with no wheels or a car with no engine? Like, I don't know, man. They're both bad.
I don't have faith in either.
Yeah, I guess I would say Rodgers slightly, in the sense that I think he doesn't make the terrible decisions that Sam Darnold is capable of making on the field. Like,
and I still think the ceiling's a little bit higher with Rodgers too. I think he could do a little bit more in terms of passing, even at this age.
That entire game, all I could think, at least for Darnold on offense, was that he was so JSN dependent that if he couldn't find JSN in the passing game, like, I know the other guy caught a touchdown, but beyond that, like, when they were moving down the field, if he couldn't find JSN, nothing was happening. He was so dependent on him. So it's like, and he looks to him in the game one, same deal. He looks to him almost every play. So, and the pseudo butt fumble in the first week. Whereas, like, I just think Rodgers doesn't really make these dumb decisions that Darnold's capable of making. I mean, he threw a really bad pick to Jalen Ramsey. So, like, I don't see Rodgers making that mistake. All that to be said, still enough to win.
Yeah. Still enough to win.
Yeah, shout out Caleb Johnson for the win.
I'll get into it. I'll get into it eventually when the subject requires it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll piggyback off Jonny. I mean, Rodgers, like I said, Rodgers higher ceiling. Darnold, I think, we saw what he's capable of last year in Minnesota, but that's with a lot of good things going on around him. So,
yeah, 100%. You alluded to it a little bit, guys, there. Does Mike Tomlin or does Caleb Johnson have more responsibility for that fumble on kick return? Is it coaching or is it the player?
So I kept saying this to my friends who were watching the game, because I kept saying, like, wow, the whole game I'm going, this is Steelers football. This is Steelers football, where we're just going down, scoring field goals, winning on defense, ugly offensive drives, like only scoring when we can pop a random bullshit play and, what's the word? Capitalizing off turnovers, things like this. and then the Caleb Johnson fumble, or not fumble, like special teams blunder happens. And my friend goes, Steelers football, right? And I was like, no, that's not what the Steelers do. Like, we're not a mess up on special teams team. Like, that's not what we do at all. That's why it was so jarring to watch. Like, we kind of like make plays on special teams. We win a lot of games on special teams because we're so well coached there. Like, Tomlin, to say, if there is anything that you could give Tomlin grief for as far as coaching, it is like not reining in players for getting hot-headed and making overly aggressive plays or taking cheap shots and things like this. But doing your special teams job correctly, that's never been a problem of his. That is squarely on Caleb Johnson. And I feel for him because for a rookie, if he wasn't drafted in the second round with a guaranteed contract, that's a cuttable offense. That's like an offense that could have cost your family generational wealth. And I feel bad for him, but like I said, that was about as bad of situational awareness as I have seen on a football field since Dan Orlovsky stepped out the back of the end zone. That's about as bad as it gets. To not know that on kickoff it's a live ball no matter what. And you touched it. So even if it was a punt, it would be a live ball. And also to walk off the field after you think that it's going to bounce out the back of the end zone and not just turn around and double check. Like, it's just crazy how boneheaded of a play that was. And I was saying, like, if that play doesn't happen and everything else in the game goes exactly the same, then on that final drive, Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers are down 7 points, 2 minutes on the clock, driving to tie the game. And instead, we were down 14 points, 2 minutes on the clock, driving to like try our best to maybe score and then get the onside kick. So it was just such a terrible play that single-handedly lost the game. And so and it's not Steelers football, and I wouldn't put it on Tomlin because that's never been a problem in the past. There is my rant on that.
I think it's hard to blame a guy like Tomlin for anything. There's a reason he's the longest tenured coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
But the only thing I will say is with these new rules changes, I don't know what the procedure is and briefing the team and just going through all that. But I'm sure that they went through it. So, and at that point, you're a professional. I mean, the same would be true even in college. You don't go to a college or professional team and you're learning the rules or anything like that. Like, it's just expected that you know it. So, definitely a bizarre one. But Johnny laid it out for you all. I don't need to say anything more than that. I knew he'd have some thoughts.
Yep. Just an upsetting way to go out, but that's the type of team the Steelers like to lose to. Is just a team that they should be better than. So it's whatever. Keep it pushing. I predicted the first losing season, and I'm kind of hedging my bets. I'm either right about the first losing season or the streak continues. Either one. I guess it's fine.
You can't lose.
Yeah.
No, it's not Tomlin's fault. It was crazy. I thought of you, John, when I saw that. I was like, man, I know he's pissed right now. Yeah, bro. I don't know what I'd be doing if that happened to my team, but I'm not one to talk because my team also lost on some bullshit too. But and moving along, guys, the Eagles win a rematch of last year's Super Bowl in a game in which Jalen Hurts throws for only 101 yards. If you ask Chris Jones, though, he didn't even throw for 100. Now, guys, can the Eagles repeat this year?
I like Caleb take it first.
Yeah, 100%. No reason. I think maybe the team that looks like that could challenge them the most is also in the NFC. So, it'll be interesting to see if they even cross paths. I'm talking about the Packers. But yeah, I don't think. There's some issues there, I think, with the Eagles. But to grind out 2 wins, any game against Dallas, no matter how bad or good Dallas is, any game in division any year is going to be tough. And then to go to Arrowhead and win in week 2, and I know the Chiefs are hurting a little on offense with some receivers. I think you got to feel good though about the defense because I think that's probably the biggest question I had. How's the secondary going to look? And like I said, granted, there's some offensive players missing for the Chiefs right now. I think the secondary was solid, and then the offense did just enough. And I think that's what's been impressive about Hurts the last couple of years is he's been able to manage games and not just win based off talent, win based off decision making and taking care of the football. So, I feel pretty good about them moving forward. But there's definitely some really good teams. On both the NFC and then whoever gets out of the AFC, I'm sure is going to be pretty fantastic too. So, no, I think we feel pretty good if you're the Eagles, though.
Yeah, I'd say certainly can repeat if they keep the team holds strong, stays on this course. Certainly can. I really had one major epiphany that happened to me this game. And I'll tell you what, Caleb, I used to be on your team. I used to be an ardent defender. But that game changed it for me. I am team ban the tush push now.
Yeah.
That was the most boring, annoying, terrible TV watch football that I have seen in so long. Yeah. It is truly abysmal to watch. And I'm like, it has nothing to do, because I used to just be like, look, man, it's well within the rules. They're the only team that can do it. If every team was doing it, I would be against it, because I would think it would be bad for the sport. But beyond that, just someone's got to figure out how to stop it, get good. They've lost the Super Bowl using the tush push. They've missed the playoffs using the tush push. Not missed the playoffs, but made the playoffs barely and lost in the first round. Like, it's not a guaranteed Super Bowl winner, the tush push. I used to feel that way, and I still kind of do. All that to say, at the end of the day, the NFL is an entertainment product, and that was about as bad of a TV watch as you can get for an offense. Just to be like, all right, 3rd and 1 again. We know what's going to happen. And then the most boring play in football. And then if they don't get it, 4th and 1. Okay, let's watch the most boring play in football again from the 41-yard line. I love this. I'm just like, man.
I get understand, what's the alternative? Like, okay, either that or a running back's going to try and run for a yard, or they're going to
the running back trying to run for a yard has potential to turn into anything interesting. The tush push is boring every single time. Even if they score a touchdown, it's boring. It is the most boring play in football, and just like I just cannot. I'm so over it now, and I'm like, ban it because it's boring, not because it's unfair, not because it's dangerous, because it is terrible television. Get it off my screen.
You can't really argue if someone thinks it's boring. You think it's boring, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's the one thing I will say about it is, the NFL's got to figure out how to officiate. I don't understand how we're in year what of this, 3, 4. How you haven't figured out how to officiate this play yet, because obviously there were some missed calls on multiple ends. The problem is, I'm sure every lineman's lined up in the neutral zone. I saw the Eagles are all lined up in the neutral. I'm sure the defenders are all in the neutral zone. It's just a crapshoot at the line, and then the false starts. I don't understand how you miss that as an NFL referee, but if you're the Eagles, you're going to keep doing it until the NFL does something.
Yeah, I think I'd be a lot more. I wouldn't be at this point if they only did it on the goal line. But the fact that they do it up and down the whole field is just too much for me.
It's just crazy that they're always in 3rd and short.
But a lot of teams get into 3rd and short. You know what I mean? It's just they can't tush push.
It's okay. I don't know. It's not even in a point you brought up, but people were upset about the tush push. Even if it has a 99% success rate, what other plays in the NFL are being run that are running a bad success rate? I'm sure there's still 90% conversion rates on 3rd and 1. They're winning they're winning on a play that's a margin winning play, and it's just become a staple for them because they just are in 3rd and short a lot, and maybe that's by design. But I don't know. I think it's just such a minimal thing, and it just gets blown out of proportion because it's 2025.
Yes, that's all. That's my only opinion. It's such a boring play. I'm
really rattled about a play that is designed to pick up 2 yards maximum. And I'm not going to agree or disagree that it's boring, but I just think it's talked about way too much, in my opinion. And here we are spending 5-10 minutes on it. So.
I'm not for banning the tush push, but they shouldn't allow you to fake snap it on a tush push. I think that's where the problem is, because it's a defense. You can time the snap to where you can get a jump on it. The issue is when you're trying to stop a tush push, if you don't get the start you need, you have no chance to stop it. So, like, you would have a chance to do that if you knew they weren't going to fake hike it. That's where I kind of think it goes crazy. Like when you have Louvu last year, jumping 5 times in a row. That's where it gets tough. But
it's just, I don't know. I think
product-wise, though, to Johnny's point, TV product. That's
the NFL has to figure something out. I don't think it's anything with any teams. Like the NFL has to either figure out how to officiate it or regulate it a little bit better, or I mean, you ban it if you think. But I mean, it's not like it's. I don't know. Maybe it is detrimental to the game. I guess that's up for debate. But I think the part of it that's hard is how do you, because the part they want to ban, right, is pushing somebody like forward. But I feel like there are situations where that is a football play, like when you're down the field and guys are wrapped on defense and then you're pushing them along too. Does now that become a penalty?
Yeah, the wording of the rule change will have to be very deliberate.
Well,
I have thought that before.
That used to be a penalty. You used to not be allowed to push them forward.
Right.
Yeah. They would have to find a very deliberate wording of it. Maybe it's push from behind the line of scrimmage, or maybe it's, whatever it happens to be. But yeah. But I don't want to say too long on the tush push of it all. I thought it was noteworthy that I've always been a defender, and then that game changed my mind.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was kind of a boring game. It was, as we mentioned in the finals a couple of times throughout the playoffs in the NBA, it was a rock fight. Which aren't always the most fun games to watch, but it was two good, solid defenses, two good teams that will definitely be in the playoffs, even though, which I'm sure you're keying up for us to hear, will the Chiefs make the playoffs? Yes, the Chiefs will make the playoffs, and they'll still probably win multiple playoff games because they're the Chiefs, and they're missing probably their 2 most dynamic weapons. I'm pretty confident they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they can make the playoffs, but is their dynasty ending?
Not yet.
After 2 weeks in the regular season, I would say
no. You know what it has? It reminds me of 2022, like when it was just like everybody on the Chiefs, every receiver on the Chiefs was just dropping passes and letting Mahomes down. And it was like they lost that week 1 game to the Lions, and it was just drop after drop after drop after drop. And it's like Mahomes is doing his thing. But this season, Mahomes looks better than he did in 2022. He looks as good as he's ever looked. He is putting the team on his back, running more than he ever has in the regular season. He normally only runs in playoff games. And he's doing what he can. And let's be real here. They probably could win that game if Kelsey doesn't drop that ball.
Yeah.
So it's just like Mahomes doing all he can. I think that as the backups get more comfortable and Worthy and Rashid come back, it's going to change stuff up. They've had 2 really tough draws the first 2 weeks, and they will get a couple of cupcake opponents eventually that give them some wins, pad up the win total, and get them back in. I'm not concerned about them too much. It's just, man, their skill positions are terrible right now. If Travis is really as washed as he looks, they are in a rough position, skill position-wise, because their running backs aren't good either.
No. It's teeing up a Tyreek trade. Come on home, Tyreek.
It might happen. It might happen.
They should.
Our report right now is that they, Dolphins aren't looking to move him, but we'll see. But unfortunately, it doesn't get easier for the Chiefs. They do have the Giants next week, so they'll get on the board with a win. Hopefully.
Yeah, if they lose the Giants next week, come on now.
Then we can start talking about concerning.
Right,
if they lose
in
MetLife, that'd be tough. But then they got the Ravens in Arrowhead, so that'll help. But
0-4 start.
Raiders,
could you imagine an 0-4 start? Then Jags Lions. All right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they got Jags, Lions, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Broncos.
We'll check back in if they're we'll check back in if they're 1-5. Because that schedule, if they lose the Giants, they very well could go 1-5, unless they return to form really quickly.
No, losing to the Giants, I think that's a kill shot. Maybe that's just this is a lost season if they lose to the Giants.
It's the first time this far into the season that they are last in the division. And actually, after tonight, either the Raiders or the Chargers will be first at 2-0. So they got to make up 2 games. Now, guys, Sunday Scaries this week. And we got a little nomination from Jonny as well in here. My first Sunday Scary, guys. Cincinnati Bengals offensive line. Now, guys, let's take it back. Since Burrow was drafted in 2020, they've went 29th, 30th, 27th, 32nd, and this year they are 28th in pass block win rate. Burrow got hurt in 5 of those 6 years, counting this year. It's not looking good. Anybody wearing a Bengals lineman jersey right now, past or present, they got the Sunday Scaries this last Sunday. Caleb Johnson, Pittsburgh Steelers. Second Sunday Scary of the week. Now, John said a whole lot on this, so I don't need to get too deep into this one. But costly fumble. Lucky if he gets out of the dog pound with Arthur Smith going forward. Grant Delpit, Cleveland Browns. The third Sunday Scary this week, guys. Now, when asked how hard it was to tackle Ravens running back Derrick Henry, Grant said, not hard. He then said, we playing football, man. It's tackle football. Somebody got the ball. You got to bring them down. And then in regard to the Browns being 11.5 point underdogs, he said, whoop-de-doo. Following an all-star week of trash talk, he followed it up with 5 tackles and 1 pass defended, while his secondary went on to allow 4 passing touchdowns from Lamar Jackson. And they did not cover that spread. Now, who's sleeping all right tonight, guys? Or all right last night, rather. Now, Jonny, you're not going to like this one. I have Mac Jones. He's sleeping all right last night. You know what I'm saying? 3 tutties, no picks, 26 of 39. Now, listen, guys.
He established a backup career for the next 8 to 10 years. He's good. He will be a backup quarterback mainstay.
The 49ers.
NFL salary for the next decade.
Listen, guys, the 49ers did trade up to get him with that 3rd pick, but then they did not get him. They ended up getting the aforementioned Trey Lance. So, Kyle Shanahan liked them before. And I'm not going to throw him in there, but honorary Sunday Scary. Brock Purdy, just slightly. I'm just saying, guys. Drew Bledsoe, Tony Romo. Purdy could be next. Anyway, guys. Out of everyone who has Sunday Scaries this week, who has the best chance to redeem themselves next week, or who else could make this list next week with another performance like they had this past week?
Redeem themselves? None of them.
On this list.
I think redeem themselves, none of them. I mean, the only thing you can say about Delpit is that maybe the Ravens were terrified of him because they did not give the ball to Henry very much, and he got 23 total yards and nothing else.
Yeah.
So you could maybe like, maybe they were scared. But all that to be said, the Browns suck. There's just nothing's going to happen there. The Caleb Johnson will not see the field next week. He will not be on special teams, and he will not touch the ball on offense. And the Bengals O-line is not going to suddenly tighten up for Jake Browning. Nobody will redeem themselves. I think next week, Sunday Scaries could realistically feature. I've got a couple guys. I will throw in one Travis Kelce, who has looked very much like
like a married man.
Yeah, and the other one is got to be JJ McCarthy, because if Carson Wentz comes in there and suddenly looks revived, as many a quarterback do in a Kevin O'Connell offense, it might look real bad for JJ McCarthy, who has looked terrible in the first 2 games aside from 1 quarter. So my pick for next week is going to be JJ McCarthy. I think it could get scary, but my pick for this week is certainly Caleb Johnson.
Hey, the only thing I'll say about Caleb is the bar is very low. If he just catches a kickoff, next week, I think he's redeemed himself.
Yeah.
He
But
lost
as Johnny mentioned,
his
he
kickoff
should-
job.
Yeah, he should not be on special teams. He should probably be a healthy scratch next week.
Yeah.
But the bar is very low for Mr. Johnson.
Nah, bro. That's like a mortal sin. Like, I couldn't imagine. Like, any player does that, like, outside of, like, Patrick Mahomes level, you're looking at him a little bit different. And honestly, if Pat Mahomes did some shit like that, I might look at him a little bit different too.
Or some shit like running 5 full yards across the line of scrimmage and then throwing a pass. What about that one? Oh my God. That was, I mean, I really was just blown away by Trevor Lawrence. If I was Liam Cohen, I might hang him in the streets.
You see him wave him off?
Wave him off. It's crazy.
He's telling him hit him in the chest. That man said, and then proceeded to throw an interception in the quarter.
Yeah, terrible.
Oh man, they got to get that shit together.
You want another pick for next week for Sunday series? Jaguars got me thinking. Brian Thomas. I know in fantasy, I'm trying to stay optimistic. He had 12 targets, but he dropped like 2 or 3 like passes right in the chest. I would definitely be a little worried, especially with the investment that you have in a guy like him.
Yeah, passer rating by receiver or by pass catcher on Jacksonville, Brian Thomas is by far the worst as far as like passer rating when Trevor throws to him. Yeah, he is at the very bottom by a mile.
Right. And when you have 12 targets and only 4 catches, like obviously there's either some chemistry or miscommunication. So I mean, you're basically just hoping that there's a lot of other factors going into that. But there's some plays that I just caught that he looked like. I'm like, dude, that's just got to be caught if you're a wide receiver 1 on any team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of drops this year. I feel like I've seen way more drops than I'm used to seeing.
Yeah,
maybe
there
it's
have
just
been a lot of
don't watch
drops.
football as much as I do now, but I've just tons
These
of
gloves
drops.
aren't
Just terrible
sticky
drops.
anymore.
I mean, and it seems like 1 out of every 3 drops gets bounced up in the air and gets picked, which is
Yeah,
always
it's been a lot of
deflate
drops.
the balls a little bit. Just deflate them. The balls are too hard.
We should be deflating them.
right. Tom Brady style. Tom Brady style. But check this out, guys. It's time for Coach of the Year, where we determine which coach is crowned Couch Coach of the Year through weekly picks. If you think you can beat us, submit your picks for the following games by the start of Thursday night's game for a chance to be featured in a future segment. Now, guys, we have a finalization, as we talked about earlier, of the records from week 1. Caleb, you're up 3-2 right now. Johnny, you're in second place at 2-3. And I'm falling behind. at 1-4. But we got 6 picks for you this week. The 6 closest games by line, guys. Now, game number 1, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New England Patriots, and they're giving the Steelers a 1.5. Who you guys got?
I guess, yeah, because it's at Foxborough. I'm okay with that. Man, do I believe in the Steelers? Drake May looked good last week. I guess the question is, can that Steelers defense punish him? I'm going to say yes, because it'll be the hardest defense he faced so far this year. I'll take the Steelers against my better judgment.
Man, I'll take Steelers here, but I definitely don't feel good about it.
Neither do I.
The defense, you mentioned that defense. It's not looked great so far.
It's not great, but it's better than the Raiders and the Dolphins. So I can say that emphatically.
Yeah.
It's pretty low bar, but yeah.
We can say that for sure, but with Drake May out there, might not feel like it. Give me the Patriots. I got to make up some ground.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you got to take the Patriots no matter what.
I got to make up some ground because I know we realistically could be picking the same teams here. Now, plus, I think the Steelers win the division still. They just don't need to start 2-1 to do so. So, give me the Patriots. Now, game 2, guys. Houston Texans at the Duval Jaguars. They're giving Houston a 1.5.
Wow, that tells you how far Houston's fallen. Wow.
This is before the ending of the game, too.
Okay.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's
it's at Jacksonville, yeah. So, I mean, that's what explains why they're up at all. They're favored at all, but it's still crazy. Like last season, no world do the Houston Texans ever go into Jacksonville, not as the favorite. All right, I'm going to, once again, against my better judgment, I'm going to pick the Texans because I think that their defense is good enough to capitalize off of Trevor Lawrence's mistakes. I think it'll probably be a sloppy, ugly game across the board, but this will be the game where the Houston Texans defense does enough to offset how putrid their offensive line is. So, with that being said, yes, I'm going to go Texans.
Yeah, I'll go with the Jags at home. Don't feel great about either team. But I'll ride with the home team there in the favorite.
Whew. This is a tough one. I don't really like picking teams after they screwed me over the prior week. Texans screwed me over. They allowed a touchdown in the final 9 seconds of the game to lose. Crazy. And you know who they lost to? Tampa Bay Bucks. You know where the Tampa Bay Bucks play? Florida. You know who else plays in Florida? Jacksonville. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I like that reason.
Not bad.
Game number 3. Dallas Cowboys at the Chicago Bears. And now they are giving the Cowboys a 1.5.
Only a point.
Really?
That's kind of
wow. I guess going once again, it's just at Chicago is the only thing. At a neutral field, Dallas is favored with that spread. Okay. Man. The Bears looked better this week. Still not good.
Did they?
I
think they looked better.
Ben Johnson might be an early Sunday scary candidate next week if
they have a bright spot in Roma Dunze.
Oh, he did look good. Oh,
garbage time though.
No, he had some.
One of them was garbage time. One was the first drive or the second drive. It was early. I'm gonna go with Dallas though, man. I am not confident in the Bears. The Bears look rough. The Bears look like they are not gonna be very good. I think I'll just take the better quarterback here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Dallas's defense has been rough, but the offenses look great. And I mean, if it's a shootout, I definitely feel a lot better about Dak. That's crazy. The Bears are favored at 0-2. That just shows you how bad Dallas has looked at, which is kind of wild. But I'm sure Brandon Aubrey will kick a couple 60-yard field goals out here in Chicagoland next week. Yeah. So yeah, I'll take the Cowboys there.
No, Brandon Aubrey is the best player on their team. They could win. If this game works out how a Bears game could work out, the Cowboys could win on field goals. But, when I picked my Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson, to win that division, I had them beating the Cowboys when I looked at their schedule. And I haven't seen anything from the Cowboys to make me think that's going to change. Bears got me thinking, but I'm picking the Bears. The Bears.
Yeah, the problem with the Bears is just the real core of it is that they have no run game. 0 run game. There is nothing to make you respect it.
Did Swift play that bad?
I thought he played fine.
I think that it's like not threatening.
It's just like not coming together. Like something's missing.
There's something. I think it's the run game. I think that it's just not. They can't command the field with the run. That's what Ben Johnson thrives in. And if you can't do that, then you're not going to be a threat on offense.
Well, shit, and we're used to
Caleb will just be under pressure constantly.
Are used to seeing him thrive with 2 running backs, because, I mean, prior to Gibbs and Montgomery, they had some good backs. Actually, Swift was one.
He's trying to get Monungai involved. He's trying to. He gave him like 8 touches this game. So
he had 7 carries for 28 yards, and then Swift had 12 for 63
too. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Monungai is a 7th round rookie, so I don't know. Maybe
we'll see.
Maybe he's something. Who knows?
I mean, if you're the Bears, you need to see, not to get too off track, but Luther, Burden, and Loveland combining for 1 catch for 5 yards is
Burden is like a hard receiver for. You know what I mean? Like he's just not on this,
don't they?
Yeah, he's the 3. Yeah, Olamide Zaccheaus.
The Commanders could have used those receivers. They lost Zaccheaus and they lost somebody else. I forgot where he went. Oh, he went to the Jags. Donnie Brown.
Yeah, De'Ami Brown. Yeah.
He had a good week.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on, guys.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. And they are giving the 49ers a 1.5. My apologies. They are removing a 1.5 away from the 49ers.
Oh, yes, it's at Santa Clara?
Yep. So they're giving the Cardinals 1.5.
Okay, that makes sense. But that's kind of still crazy. They're saying that at a neutral field the Cardinals will be favored. That's kind of funny. I guess because the Cardinals had beat them twice last year with Mac Jones. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I guess I just will never have faith in the Cardinals. I just don't feel good about the Cardinals ever.
They always start like this.
Yeah, and it's like they're 2-0. But how good do you feel about that, beating the Saints and the Panthers? I'm going to go with... Oh, man, that's terrible. You know what? Let's go with the better... Let's go with the better quarterback. I lied. Nah, let's go Mac Jones. Let's do it. Niners. I'll take it.
I'm not hesitating. I'm taking Kyler in the Cards. This is the obvious game you look back when Purdy comes back and you're like, man, they lost to the Cardinals. Oh, well, Mac Jones is quarterback. So I think that's just kind of what's going to happen here.
Yeah. I mean,
you're just going to kind of overlook it.
I mean, you know who definitely didn't lose to the Cardinals twice last year was Brock Purdy. Oh, wait. I don't know. But
Cards are frisky.
Frisky. Yeah. They played 2 really tough, tight games against the 2 worst teams in the league. We should definitely feel good about them.
No, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I thought the Saints had a chance in that game, too. So you're picking the Cards, Caleb?
Both teams were driving, final drive to
I'm
win
taking
the game.
Cards, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I don't think you feel fantastic.
I don't know. I think Mac Jones, C-Mac, and Juwan Jennings finish off that last drive. I'm going 49ers.
You're going to be a little different from each other, you know.
I'm going 49ers.
It's a what do you call it? 1.5 spread for a reason.
I was going to say, these games are basically toss-ups.
Yeah.
Flip a coin. Yeah, I'm going 49ers. Game number 5. 2.5 point spread. Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. They are giving the Broncos 2.5 points.
That's a tight spread. That's funny. I'm gonna go Chargers. I think I'm gonna go Chargers. I like the Broncos, but so far, I've just seen Bo Nix make mistakes that can be capitalized on and taken advantage of, and I haven't seen Justin Herbert do that yet. So I am going to go Chargers there.
How's Herbie playing tonight?
Fine. Not great.
They're up 10-6 right now.
Yeah, they're up. They're up. He hasn't made any big mistakes. He hasn't done anything terrible.
Okay. What you got, Caleb?
I don't know. Man. I wish I had the Chargers full game to kind of,
Yeah, right. Like if Ashton Genty goes off
feel
for
this out.
150 in the second half.
Yeah. If they just collapse in the second half and I pick the Chargers, I'm going to feel really dumb, but I don't know. I guess I'll just ride with the Broncos. I thought the Broncos were going to be a better team. I think, I don't know. I didn't think I saw the Broncos being 1-2, but they haven't really shown me a lot yet, so maybe this is the week.
Yeah, no. 1-1. They'll be 2-1 after this next week because they're gonna beat the Chargers. Or Sean Payton might be on the hot seat, guys. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of expectations. A lot of expectations in Denver. Listen, Walmart doesn't pay money for the Broncos to not win. So
That's so funny.
So I don't know. No, Sean Payton is gonna be there until he wants to leave, but we gotta win soon. I'm getting nervous. Give me the Broncos. Game number 6. Cincinnati Bengals. The Jake Browning Cincinnati Bengals going to Minnesota. They are giving the Bengals 2.5 points. We see Jamar Chase versus Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that's the Vikings.
Both with
that's
shitty quarterbacks.
Easy. That's the Vikings easy because the Vikings defense is too good. They will put Jake Browning into a blender. So that's an easy one. I'm going to think about that.
Yeah, and he threw 3 picks last week.
Yeah, somehow they won. That I still can't believe that. But yeah, I'm going to go with the just really great defense is going to show up and be really great. And that Carson Wentz will be good enough to move the ball against one of the worst defenses in the league, if not the worst.
Well, Quentin Johnson's 60-yard touchdown has me rethinking my last pick. So
yeah. Johnston.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as an Eagles fan, my Carson Wentz, love Carson from well before his breakup, but after watching his last season in Philly, I have no faith in him being able to lead a team, even against an incompetent defense at this point. Plus, he just got there, so I don't know how that playbook's going to look. Because, he got there, a week or two before the season started?
Something like that.
Remember when they signed Josh Dobbs out of a gas station and he just showed up and dominated? I don't know, man.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs, honestly, he played better than Darnold.
Kevin O'Connell is good, but I don't know. I think the Bengals found a way to win last week. I think they can find a way to win this week. I think Browning at least has familiarity with that team. So I think that's kind of what would push me over the edge in this one.
Yeah, Jake Browning is interesting. He looks very, very, very similar to Joe Burrow. And his stance, the way he moves in the pocket, up until he throws the ball, and then he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with the Vikings. He will do the same moves Joe Burrow does, and it just won't end up the same result. Vikings. Even though, honestly, I like the Vikings more without JJ right now. They're a great team, so let's see what Carson can do. But yeah, so I'm going Vikings.
You guys both feel good about the Vikings after?
I feel good about their defense.
I feel better without. I feel better without JJ than with JJ there. Not Jettas.
Their defense against. Their defense against JJ's not there, so what do I care? But their defense against a good quarterback and a competent offense was held them to 0 touchdowns for the entirety of the game until a final game-salting drive run-in touchdown with less than 2 on the clock. I'm gonna say that I think that defense is pretty good. So, but you know what else's defense is pretty good is the Atlanta Falcons. Those rookie pass rushers, trading up and getting a second rookie pass rusher in the first round, that might have turned out all right for them because they both look good.
NFC South is going to be more interesting than I think, at least in terms of how they play the rest of the league, than I think you might have thought.
2 of the teams in the NFC South are interesting. The other 2 are terrible, unwatchable.
Yeah. I think you were high on the Bucs. I think some people weren't too high in the Bucs, at least in the context of the entire league. But I think they're both going to have pretty solid seasons, or at least better than maybe the majority expected. The bottom of the NFC South is pretty unwatchable.
I do have one note written here I just want to throw in as we're on the NFC South because I don't think we'll cover this game too deeply. But I wrote down during the game, Bryce Young is just Kyler Murray, but not athletic. Like, that's all he is. He's the same guy. He's just not athletic, so he's bad. Like, I don't know. Actually, and less of an arm. Oh, yeah. I'm done on Bryce. Dunzo. No shot. He sucks. He sucks. It is over. Pack it in. Done. Move on.
If you had to pick between him and Richardson to start a team with, who would you pick?
Bryce Young, because Anthony Richardson has the worst pass or completion percentage in the history of quarterbacks. Like, I'll take Bryce Young over Anthony Richardson, but man.
Bryce Young or Caleb Williams is the real question.
Caleb Williams. It's not even close.
Spencer Rattler?
Yeah.
They should have been patient.
You're like, Spencer's close. You're like,
No, yeah, Spencer, I mean, it's closer. I guess I do Bryce, but it's not. That is not the company you want to be keeping, Bryce Young. You were the first overall pick. Like, Cam Ward shows up, and even losing, it's like he shows the X factor flashes that you need to see out of a guy that you're going to invest your franchise into.
Oh, that across the
even losing, it's like he can put the ball where it needs to be, and even if he's getting swallowed up, he's comfortable in the pocket. He's okay with moving around and getting away from pressure. He's extremely confident and comfortable playing quarterback, and he doesn't make terrible decisions and bad mistakes. But you watch Bryce Young, you're like, you just look scared always. You always look like you're outmatched, that the defense scares you, that they're bigger than you and running at you, and you're afraid they're going to hurt you. I'm like, I feel no confidence in Bryce Young whatsoever.
No, that's fair. Not bet my money on him either. But listen, guys, in this next segment, we have to start them off with an advisory. If you are not a fan of Uno, if you're not a fan of Monopoly, if you are not a fan of Connect 4, this segment is not for you, and we advise you jump to the next segment. But for the rest of you, let's play a game. And Johnny, kick it off. What you got for us today? I'm trying to win this time.
All right, boys. Well, here's what we're doing today, and I'm not sure how long we're going to do this for, but I grabbed a couple of them. I wanted to do some TikTok slop games with you today. We have to get on the trend. We need to be highly clippable, highly entertaining, stuff that we can really feed that algorithm. So I just brought together a couple of the build your own team with a spinning wheel of the 32 teams type deal. We're familiar with this game?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone familiar with this one? All right.
Yes, sir.
So here's what I'm going to need you to do. You guys are going to be picking for any of these. I've got a couple categories. For any of these, it is going to be quarterback. Make sure you write these down. Quarterback, running back, 2 receivers, a tight end, and 2 defensive players. I wanted to throw in an extra defensive player to give some shine to the defense. They kind of get marginalized in these videos. I don't like that. The other caveat to this is that because, for the sake of brevity, I'll be putting everybody on a 15-second clock to name the player you're picking. If you do not pick them, I have a list of players that I've already selected that I will pick for you. And the players I pick do not have to line up with the team that you roll. I can pick whoever I want because I'm the game master. So let me know when you have the list of positions written down in front of you, and we're going to do this.
You said quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end.
2 wide receivers, a tight end, and 2 defensive players.
Okay.
Yep. So that is our lineup here. And I will say, Caleb, you won Coach of the Year this week. So I will let you pick if you want to go first or second. The first category we're doing is current players in the NFL on the current team that they're on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go second.
All right. Caleb is going second, so that means Kuji, the first spin is yours. I have a just little generator right now that will generate a random team for you. Ready? You've got the Denver Broncos.
Really? I pick any player,
Yes,
any of these positions.
Any player at those positions.
Pass or retain.
Easy. All right. Caleb, you are next. Your team is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Crap.
Oh, I'm sorry. You get 1 skip as well.
Steelers. I gotta think defensive player. PJ Watt.
Easy work. Come on. Not even a question. All right. Good stuff. Kuji, your next team is the Minnesota Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
J. Jeff. Easy. Come on. Obviously. Easy stuff. All right. Flipping back, we have the Baltimore Ravens for Caleb.
Lamar Jackson.
Of course.
Not Derrick
We
Henry.
got some gnarly teams so far. Okay. We are going over to Kuji, the Denver Broncos again.
Ooh. Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton. We like it. Okay.
Oh, I should have.
Caleb, we have got the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, dear Lord.
You get 1 skip.
I think this early.
You might get the Saints if you skip.
Yeah, I guess I'll just take Chuba. He's not that bad.
All right, Chuba Hubbard. I like him. He is the best garbage time fantasy player in the NFL. You can never count him out until garbage time. Kuji, the LA Chargers.
Give me that boy, Jay Herbie. Justin
Jay
Herbert.
Herbie, we like it. All right, we are flipping over to Caleb. We've got the Raiders.
The Raiders.
No, that's fucked.
Nice.
That's easy.
Brock.
Of course. All right, Kuji, the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, come on, it's easy.
Tyler Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton. Wow, not Derrick Henry. Okay, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Kyle Hamilton is a very good player.
Pass retaining
Caleb
Kyle
got the
Hamilton in the secondary. Oh,
Jaguars.
The Jags? Oh,
Mhm.
man. I have wide receivers and defense.
2 receivers and 1 defense.
you can literally pick one player for multiple of those.
No. I don't know the defense as well. I'm too fantasy ingrained. I'm just going to skip this one here.
Skip. All right, good time to skip because you were really running up against that clock. Okay.
Yeah.
1-1. All right, we've got the Cincinnati Bengals. Great skip.
Okay, Jamar Chase.
Easy. What are we doing? All right, Kuji, we're back to you with the Detroit Lions. Wow. Yeah, running back, tight end.
I know, it's tough.
It's easy.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Of course. Obviously, we're going with that. You guys are getting good. All right, Caleb, you're out of skips. You got the Jets.
The Jets. Quinn Williams.
All right. right. All right. Williams, Coogee, for your last pick at tight end. You have the Philadelphia Eagles, and you do have a skip.
Yes, I do. Skip.
All right. You got the LA Rams.
Hey, Tyler Higbee, baby.
Tyler Higbee. Fantasy legend, Tyler Higbee. Caleb, for your last position, wide receiver, you get the Atlanta Falcons.
All right, give me Drake London, baby.
Drake London. All right. So, boys, we have two really solid teams. But I would say that it's up to the people. But Coogee has Herbert at QB, then Jahmyr Gibbs, Justin Jefferson, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Higbee, and then on defensive side, the defensive player of the year, Pat Surtain, and maybe the defensive player this year, Kyle Hamilton. But Caleb has two-time MVP Lamar Jackson, garbage time GOAT Chuba Hubbard. They're throwing a Jamar Chase and Drake London and Brock Bowers. And on the defensive side, what a gnarly front line, TJ Watt, Quinnen Williams. Post your comments. Tell us who's the better team. I know my pick.
Man,
come on.
Nah,
yeah,
the Raiders one killed me.
Yeah, that's really tough. Really tough to get just the best one. All right, folks. So I don't want to take too much of our time here. So we're going to see. I have a couple other categories here. The question is, do we want to go with another serious one? Or do we want to go with like a funnier, more creative one one of those ones I've created?
Definitely funnier, more creative.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's an interesting one for you. And I'll give you a little more time because this can get specific. This is going to be an all-time list. Okay? All-time worst list at all of these positions. And I'm going to say you can get as specific as you want, as in, I'll give you the NBA comparison to not take anyone off the board. NBA comparison would be Game 7 James Harden. You know what I mean? You can get very specific. So you could say a specific situation, a specific game, a specific anything like that. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Maybe you could say, I'll give you one NFL example. You could say Tua Tagovailoa, 40 degrees in Orchard Park. Something like that. So this is the next one we've got here. So are we ready? Coogee started last time. Caleb starts this time. Everyone gets one skip. And I'll give you 20 seconds this time. And if you go over 20, I give you the GOAT at the position. All right. Are we ready?
This guy, I'm only thinking about how good people are,
I'm
all right.
By heart.
Are we ready?
Yes,
I'm as ready as I will be.
All right. Caleb, your first is the Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos. Just give me the Broncos in any situation of the worst team ever. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so just pause so I understand. I can go like any era, like doesn't have to be active.
Any era. Yeah, it can be any era. It can be any player all time, but while they were on the Broncos. So, and you've got every position. I've got a couple in my head already for the Broncos. Coogee, I definitely think, has like 40 or 50 that he can think of that at some point he really hated being on his team.
Yeah, my bag isn't that deep, so this is going to be tough for me.
Mm.
Oh, jeez. Just give me I don't even know, so I'm fucked. I can't even think
skip.
of anything. It's not even a skip. It's the fact that I can't think of like bad.
Such a positive guy.
I'm glad that you think the Broncos are that good.
No, it's not that I don't think they're good. Like, I can't think of any other context about that other than like, relevant players. Like I can't think of irrelevant people. So I guess I got to go at whatever
No, we'll turn the clock off for this, okay? Because I don't want you to feel like this is rigged against you. So we'll turn the clock off. You can think for a moment about the Broncos, guys who have sucked. I mean, think about the quarterback carousel they've had there in the last 10 seasons.
No, I got a good one. Give me Brock Osweiler or whatever.
Brock Osweiler, of course. Beautiful. Okay, that's great. I was gonna say I was between. I think I would have picked either Paxton Lynch or Peyton Manning when he got benched for Brock Osweiler.
I would have said Tim Tebow trying to complete a pass farther than 15 yards.
Tim Tebow is a good one too. All right, Kuji, yours.
Yeah.
Your first team, the Seattle Seahawks.
The first thing that came to mind was Marshawn Lynch, Beastquake. Hold on. Oh my day. The Seahawks. Oh. Russell Wilson when they let him cook.
Russ when he cooks. All right. Got you, Caleb. We are back to you. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's his name? Give me Sean Tucker, their third string running back from last year, in any other game besides his the one game when he ran for 100 yards.
Yeah, Sean Tucker, Syracuse legend Sean Tucker. Any game but the one good one.
I was trying to remember who that game was against when he went off for no reason.
Just bizarrely had like 30 fantasy points. I remember that. So strange. All right, Kuji, your next one is the Green Bay Packers. Oh, I have a great one for this. But, man, quarterback's already gone. I would have gone Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship.
Wait, quarterback's already gone.
You already put Russ when he cooks.
Russ.
Oh,
it's the same position constraints.
Same positions as last. Okay.
Same position constraints. Yeah. Sorry if that wasn't clear.
Okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Defense.
I can think of a good one for running back, too. This is
think of a great one for running back.
Yeah, I think you're thinking the same one I am. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, the big
one. All right.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, hold on, but there could be a better one.
You're thinking of who I was thinking of, though.
Yeah.
Look, we can't take too much time on the segment, but
okay, I'll
let the big boy if you want to count it.
No. I know his name. I was thinking of a different.
Okay. He's thinking.
Eddie Lacy.
Fat Eddie Lacy.
After he gained weight.
Let's go. Yes, Fat Eddie Lacy. That's exactly who I would have picked in your situation. Let's go, Caleb. Your next one is the New England Patriots.
Oh my gosh! Any pass catcher besides Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski in the last 10 years?
Yeah, who do we want to go? I mean, there's some guys on that team in the last couple of years that are real putrid.
I don't even know if I can get too specific because they're just nobodies.
I mean, there's a couple of guys that just were drafted high and instantly faded out.
Yeah, now I'm going to blank on any of these names.
I can think of a handful.
I can just do a funny one. I can do Aaron Hernandez in prison.
Aaron Hernandez post conviction.
Damn.
Well, he could have said Aaron Hernandez corpse, so it's like it is slightly in better taste.
I do want to, have a team out there.
Of course. We have the Dallas Cowboys for you, Kuji.
The Dallas Cowboys? Oh.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Des Bryant trying to figure out what a catch is.
Des Bryant. I'll put in quotes the catch question mark. All right, perfect. Caleb, we're back to you with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Damn.
I can think of a handful of these. I can think of a
special teams.
You've got what's the? I know. Yeah, you could have gotten running back if you still had one, but
yeah,
there are certainly some situational guys here that I can think of for my team. Situationally terrible defenders or situationally problematic wide receivers.
It's a couple from yesterday.
Ain't that the truth?
Steelers.
I mean, yeah, there's an Ohio State legend defender that if you wanted to get really insensitive.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, if you wanted to get really insensitive, there's an option.
I don't even know who we're talking about. That's the
Kuji knows. One of the darkest moments in recent Steelers memory.
Steelers?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go through their just irrelevant receivers they've had in the past couple of years. There's a lot.
I'll give you a hint. They got one that's pretty relevant, but depending on which side you look at, he might make this list.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a good one. I've got a good receiver too. Yeah.
Just for the sake of time, just give me what's his name, Calvin Austin. I think
Calvin Austin the third.
My cat is trying to.
Thought you were gonna go. You could have gone Juju after dancing on the other team's logo. Yeah. That would have been a fun one. But props to you for not saying Ryan Shazier.
I should have gone. Yeah, right. I should have gone Juju when my one friend needed him to get 3 points to advance in the fantasy playoffs, and he had that fumble. Oh, man, what games? I think it was against the Bengals. It was like late in the 2020 season. He had a fumble, like one catch, and it was a fumble. So he had negative points, and this guy needed him for like 2.
That's terrible.
It was the fantasy playoffs.
I was thinking AB
Chase
after
Claypool's
Vontaze perfect
too.
hit him.
I was thinking that one too. AB versus Vontaze. I thought the same thing. All right.
I got to remember storylines. I can't think about players.
All right, Kuji, we're going back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And don't forget, you guys do have skips if one's really not coming to you.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. I don't know if you
had a quarterback.
Yeah. Receiver, tight end, and 2 defenders. And you can't forget that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at one point were the worst NFL franchise by a long mile. I mean, for the 70s, they were truly putrid. Does anyone even know someone who played on that team? Probably not. But
no.
We have receiver, tight end, defenders. Tampa Bay. Who is ass?
Their O-line tonight.
Or who is situationally ass?
Ooh. Antonio Brown walking off the field.
Yes. AB. Shirtless AB. Yeah, shirtless AB. Perfect. We love that one. All right. We are over to the Atlanta Falcons for Caleb.
Atlanta Falcons.
Man, if only you still had tight end open, man. That'd be an easy one. Just Kyle Pitts. Move it. Move it along.
Hey, dude, you look good. You look good.
Oh, yeah. I love the potential of Kyle Pitts, definitely.
I know nothing about the Falcons. I'm just going to skip this because I can't even.
Okay.
I can't even think of anything for
Respect,
the
because
Falcons.
if you had quarterback, you could have said something really vile about my dog Vic.
Yeah, I was thinking Mike Vick was the only thing that came to mind.
Well, good skip, my friend, because now we have the New York Jets.
Here we go.
You have plenty of options here. You have found one of the bottom of the barrel teams. It's like getting an all-time. It's like doing an all-time best list and getting the Niners. It's like, man, I hit the jackpot.
I just gotta think of some. I gotta figure out a defender here.
Of course, and you can always remember you can just think about their current roster and pick someone who's awful.
He just plays every game that's just terrible.
Yeah.
Defense is where I'm going to struggle.
Yeah.
So this would be a good time to think of one.
Mm-hmm. You also got wide receiver, and I don't know if you remember, but I remember that Aaron Rodgers did bring in a lot of his
His
just idiot friends that just polluted that roster.
Oh man, I really can't think of a good one. There's going to be so many good ones I'm going to leave on the table for this.
It's all right.
But I got to try to go for defense here.
All right, he's going for
They
defense.
definitely signed someone to a big contract that I can think of. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yes.
Be able to get it.
Yes. They did sign someone to a big contract last season that refused to play for them.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. This is hard. This is hard for a very casual NFL fan.
A very casual. Yeah, I guess I thought this one, like, maybe we would. I would have picked a couple different ones maybe if I didn't think I would get this in the weeds, but
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
all right, I will let you have this one. I will say hold out Hassan Reddick. I will let you have it.
Also, Jamal Adams trying to get back into the building.
Jamal Adams locked out of the building would have been a good one too. That's a funny one. I wouldn't even think of that. Kuji, you are over to wow. Back to the well. Good one for you, the New York Giants.
Ooh.
You have tight end, defense.
Tight end, defense.
Yes, sir. There are some all-time great defenders on that New York Giants franchise, but there are some real bad ones too. I can think of one in particular that's kind of funny. That it's kind of funny why you would put him on there because he may or may not have gotten booted off of the team for doing something stupid outside of the game. But, can't go too deep. You also have tight end, and that is a team that has not had a lot of tight end talent over the years. I'll tell you what.
I'll go injury-plagued Darren Waller.
Oh, there we go.
That's a good one.
Yes. Injury-prone Darren Waller. Mid-divorce. Oh, man. All right. We are over to, once again, the Green Bay Packers for Caleb.
Green Bay Packers.
Now, look, you've got defense, wide receiver. There are definitely some wide receivers who haven't panned out there. Definitely some defenders who have been a little lackluster.
Yeah, I mean, I would just think like old ass Randall Cobb is the first thing that comes to mind.
That's a good one. We like that. Old man Randall Cobb. Old man Randall Cobb. We like that. All right.
I think like it's if you're just like think of like a trash player from this franchise, it can happen. But when you're like trying to think position specific.
Yeah. Okay. Kuji, you got 2 defensive players left, and you still have a skip, I believe, in the tank. So
I've been saving it.
You have the Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh.
Yeah.
An
interesting prospect here.
had that safety
Interesting
back in the
prospect.
day that didn't pan out. They had traded for or something like that. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Corners. No, because Marcus Peters was good there.
Yup.
Lineman. No, he wasn't terrible.
But you can always dive into one moment. You can get as specific as you want for this player.
That is true.
Is there a moment of the worst of the worst out of a certain player?
Skip.
And look. All right, that's a good one. I think that's a good skip. That's a team that's had some good defensive players over the years. Wow, what a pull. The Detroit Lions. For a newer NFL fan, you might think, oh no, that's stacked. But for someone who's been here for a while, you know this is the poverty franchise of all poverty franchises that just recently hit the lottery.
We're going to go...
I can think of a funny one.
Did you? Hold on.
Yeah, I've got a funny one. It's a guy that you would think who is like an all-time player there, but maybe his antics would put him in positions where he couldn't be as good.
Yeah, you're right.
Who are we thinking of?
Ndamukong Suh, before therapy.
Sue before therapy. We love it. Yeah, Ndamukong Suh, for anyone who's a newer fan, maybe you only seen him on the Bucs, but when he was on the Lions, he was he could have caught some attempted murder charges for the things he would do to quarterbacks. He's tried to literally stomp on Aaron Rodgers' neck when he was laying on the ground. Ndamukong Suh,
that might have forced him into a darkness retreat.
A borderline barbarian on the defensive side of the field, but he was good. He was really good in his prime. All that to be said.
Suh for the Rams.
Wow, and now last one, Caleb, defense. It sucks because you just got the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that is known for its legacy defense. But I think you might be able to tap in here and go deep and pull out maybe somebody who sucks, who has played for them. And don't pick Ryan Shazier. Don't do it. Don't pick Ryan Shazier. It's in very poor taste. Would it be a good pick? Yes, but it would be very tasteless.
Oh, man.
Darkest moment in Steelers history.
That was tough.
Not in Steelers history, of course. But it's up there. It's up there.
I can only... Yeah. Oh, my God. I just don't know defensive players. I play too much fantasy.
There are a handful of guys throughout the Steelers' history, and we could get a little specific, but there are a handful of guys that in situational moments may come up short consistently. Or maybe against certain matchups come up short consistently.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to think of one. The only Steelers defensive players I can think of are TJ Watt.
Yep, all-time legend.
Darius
Slay. Hey, you know what? Big play Slay.
I can't hate on my boy, so...
You could go Darius Slay versus the Jets week 1.
Any Steelers defender week 1 versus the Jets.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of guys.
It's just some old-ass men on that defense.
Yeah. A lot of choices here.
I should just take Shazier.
All right, it's your call, man. Your call if you want Shazier.
I'll say Shazier today, presently.
All right, Shazier today in 2025.
Johnny, I was gonna say.
All right.
I was thinking Joey Porter Jr. on man coverage with the best receiver.
That's what I was gonna say. That was my instant thought was Joey Porter Jr. in man coverage because he just egregiously holds in pass interferences like nobody else. It is so bad.
It's like the stuff I feel like I don't know, like you said the Eagles, I'd be like, oh my god, Adoree Jackson last week against the Cowboys, or
no, 100%. I literally
Joey was so bad all last season.
On John for a year.
It was. Yeah. I mean, it was. There were so many times where just his antics would get us in so much trouble. But yeah, there's a handful of guys. But last but not least, Kuji, last team you've got one more defensive position. We have the Kansas City Chiefs to close this out.
Oh my God! Oh baby! Oh.
Who do we have?
Fuck! Who was that the linebacker that jumped off sides against the Patriots?
The linebacker that jumped off sides. Who was that? Yeah, who was that?
I thought it was Suggs, but it couldn't have been Suggs. Couldn't have.
No, wasn't it like a really good lineman?
Yeah, it was someone good. Oh, who was it? I really don't remember now.
It wasn't Jones, was it?
It might have been Jones, actually.
Really?
I think it might have been Jones. KC Chief, offsides Patriots. Let's see.
D Ford.
Yeah. Oh, D Ford.
He wasn't a bad linebacker either. He was a
decent linebacker. I was gonna say it was someone who was like pretty solid.
And that was in the AFC Championship, right?
Yeah, D Ford in the AFC Championship game, 2019.
That's a good pick.
All right. So here are our teams, all-time worst. We're only going to do 2 of these guys. I thought maybe we'd have time for 3, but this one went a lot longer than I thought it would. I apologize for that.
No,
we've got Kuji. For the all-time worst, we went Russ when he cooks, when they let him cook. We've got Fat Eddie Lacy at running back. Des Bryant during the catch, maybe? Shirtless AB. That's a great receiver pick. Injury-prone Darren Waller. We're talking Giants Darren Waller. We've got Sue before therapy stomping on people's neck. D4 in the AFC Championship 2019. That's a pretty great roster of terrible players. On the flip side, we have Caleb with Brock Osweiler at quarterback. I mean, that's about as bad as it gets.
That's a good start.
Sean Tucker, any game but that one good one, of course. Calvin Austin III, I mean, he is, I think, 4'11", and then old man Randall Cobb, I think he's 4'9". So you have the shortest receivers in the game. Post-conviction, Aaron Hernandez, he is not in conditioned NFL shape. And then holdout Hassan Reddick and Shazier in the year 2025, guys. So he can still walk. He can walk again. We're okay. Yeah. It's not problematic, and he is still employed by the Steelers. So I'll let it slide.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's on the coaching staff. Yeah, he's.
He got low key after his scandal.
His scandal
with his missus.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a scandal.
Cheating on his girl.
Shazier? I don't think so.
Paralyzed almost.
No, I don't think.
I swear to God, Shazier cheated on his girl.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I didn't hear that. Honestly.
Let's get out of that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he did, but I don't think that's enough.
Filed from divorce after. This was in January 2024. Ryan Shazier files for divorce from wife after cheating accusations.
Okay, that's.
He did.
Look, look, man.
Listen,
that's
man, he's almost
that's a personal thing. That doesn't. That's not a. Yeah, I don't think cheating does not define you as a man. All right. Doesn't define your character as a man for your entire life.
He posted alleged text messages that he sent to another woman.
He gave a leg.
She captured it.
He gave a leg
that loves his
family.
This is what they do to their family. The wife that has been there for him since day one. Infidelity at its finest. I can't sit here and keep hiding anymore. You can have it. I deserve better. This is Ryan. He's a liar and cheater.
Look, man. He's been through a lot, okay? Give the man some grace. He's been through a lot. So maybe we'll revisit this. Maybe we won't. It'll depend when it's my game again. I apologize for how long it took, folks. But, hey.
That was a fun one. It was a tough one, but it was a fun one.
You said it was creative, Johnny, and creativity that takes a little bit of time.
I guess it does. All right. Apologies, everybody.
Man, good shit. But listen, guys, we're gonna wrap up. You got sumo soon, Johnny.
I do have sumo soon. I have to watch my boy Ionishki.
You got any bets on it?
I don't know who's got the sports book for sumo. All I'm saying, I don't know. Give me 45 seconds here. I'll tell you. My friend puts me onto sumo. I'm like, let's see this. He shows me the GOAT sumo, the Tom Brady of sumo, who in his final match ever, or his final tournament ever, goes undefeated. That's like insane to do. I was like, this is kind of cool. So I watched one of the tournaments with him. There's this dude who pops up. His name's Ionishki. Mind you, this is in Japan. Everybody is Japanese. And then this dude named Ionishki pops up. He is a doughy white boy from Ukraine. And he comes in and just fucks shit up instantly. He is 21 years old, instantly is so good. He's like a new guy in the scene. And when I saw Ionishki, I understood how white fans of the NBA in the 80s felt when they saw Larry Bird for the first time. I went, oh my God, that's one of us. I have to cheer for him. So now I'm the biggest Ionishki fan. He took an L last night to Onosato, who is the Yokozuna. That means he is the top-ranked guy. So it was really messed up to put him up against Onosato. But tonight, I think, a better draw could lead to a better outcome for Ionishki. So check out sumo. It's cool.
Check out sumo, guys. Check out sumo. But thank you. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Remember, without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and Johnny, tell them what they can do if they got some shit to say.
You call your mom, man. She misses you. You should call your mom, and if not, just call a loved one. Really, you just call someone because they want to hear from you, or you can just leave a comment.
It's Johnny. It's Caleb. It's Kuji. Thank you for watching Couch Coach. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.